Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and it's that time of the week again. Time for me to give you guys an update here on my last week of training, how my rides went. Now this review is going to cover from Monday, February 13th through today, February 19th. And okay, if I go back to the 13th on Monday, basically what I did here to start out the week is I did a 2-hour endurance pace ride. And I rode at about 3 watts per kilo, which for me is my endurance pace. Did about 36.4 miles, give or take, 2 hours on the bike. Just did a real low key kind of ride, just working on some endurance. And then on let's see, the same day here, I actually later on in the evening I did my plank position hold, and I upped the time here to 4 minutes and 50 seconds. I was able to get through that plank position at 4 minutes and 50 seconds. I like doing the plank position and the chair pose a couple of times a week if I can. I find that core strength, helps me on the bike for sure. Okay, so February 14th, and you'll see here that I had to pull the plug on tonight's ride. Couldn't maintain power objectives. Well, I had a failed workout, guys. I have started up doing the traditional base, the Trainer Road traditional base, high volume approach, because I want to go towards more longer rides and work on more endurance pace riding. But my objective is also to 1 day a week put in a higher intensity ride. And I think I put up, I can't remember the name of the ride, but basically it was about an hour, hour and a half ride. Was going to be doing, I think it was 8 5-minute intervals at like 108% FTP. I mean, it was a really tough workout. And I should have known better coming into this ride. Basically the day before doing this ride, I had to work an afternoon shift. And of course, what that means for me is that when I work the afternoon shift, I'm on call for that night. And, go figure, I got called into work at about 1 o'clock in the morning. I had just gotten to bed at around 11:30, midnight or so. So after about an hour of sleep, I got woken up in the middle of the night, had to go into work. Had to work until like 4 o'clock in the morning. By the time I got home, got back to bed, it was like 4:30, 5 a.m. Had to get back up for 7 a.m., go back to work in the morning, had to work the following day. So I should have known right there that wasn't the day to be trying to, hit out a big, super high intensity workout. And the next day was really busy too. I didn't get to control my regular eating habits. Got thrown off the next day. So again, 2 huge things going against me right there. I mean, again, I'm not making excuses, guys, honestly, but I just want to kind of tell you what happened. And some recommendations I would make on this is, if you have a day where you don't get enough sleep, or you don't eat properly, that isn't the day to try to do a high intensity workout. I learned the hard way. Basically, what happened here is I did my warm-up. I did the first interval. I got through the first interval, but I knew right there I wasn't going to make the workout. I mean, the first of 8 intervals, I just barely got through. My heart rate was just going right through the roof. I knew there was no way I was going to make it. And about a minute into the second interval, I mean, I'm only 15 minutes into the workout, and a minute into the second interval, and my legs I just couldn't turn the pedals. I just couldn't turn the pedals, and I had to basically shut the workout down. I failed the workout. Couldn't meet the power objectives. Not even close. Looking back, I should have just either taken the day off, or just did a very easy, 2 to 3 watt per kilo endurance ride. I learned the hard way that when you have one of those rough days, I mean, I actually thought I felt better than I thought I felt better than I did, obviously. But there's no doubt that, only getting like 2.5 hours of sleep, the night before, and, not being able to eat, normally, certainly didn't help me out. But like I said, I don't want to make excuses, because I just don't like making excuses when it comes to my rides. But, would I have failed it if I, got the proper sleep and ate properly? I don't know. All I know is it was a tough workout that day. I couldn't get through it. So that covers. So that's what happened on Tuesday. Just could not. Just simply could not. Or I'm sorry. That was on Wednesday. Yes, that was actually Tuesday was my day off. I took a day off on Tuesday. So again, that's why I decided to do this workout, because I was coming in on a rest day. I thought, well, okay, even though I've only gotten a couple hours of sleep and I didn't eat the best today, I still felt like I could get through the workout, because A, it was only an hour long, and B, like, I was coming off a rest day from not riding, so I thought I could get through it. But I don't know what happened, guys. I don't know if I just had a bad day, or I don't know if the lack of sleep and messed up eating habits messed me up. I don't know. Honestly, I really don't know. All I know is I couldn't get through the ride. So that was on the 15th. And then the next day, I did Trainer Road's Flat Top, which was a very long endurance ride. I did a 15-minute warm-up, did 3 hours, 15 minutes on the bike. And Flat Top has 3 power sprints early on in the ride. And then from there is pretty much just some long endurance pace riding. So that was about a 62-mile ride, give or take. The next day I did Tray Mountain, which was 3 by 20-minute intervals, sweet spot between at 85% FTP. Did a 30-minute warm-up, so I went roughly 39, 40 miles, 2 hours on the bike. And then later on, I also did a chair pose. I did the chair pose hold, did it at 3 minutes and 50 seconds, which was I think it was a 5-second boost from the last time I did that. So working on some more core. And then let's see, the next day I did Trainer Road's Gibbs, which was a long endurance pace ride, 2.5 hours on the bike. Did a 30-minute warm up. Again, just endurance riding at 60 to 70% FTP. Went about 47 miles roughly. And then I did the plank position hold again this morning. Bumped up my time duration, went to 5 minutes. Made it through a 5-minute plank position hold. Working on some more core strength. And then, of course, this afternoon I just finished up with Trainer Road's North Pack. Very tough ride. 3 power sprints in the beginning, and then you've got 4 long intervals. I think all the intervals are like 14 minutes long. The last one's actually 17 minutes long. But, 4 very long intervals, and I think the first and the fourth one are like 85% FTP, and the 2 middle ones there are up to 95% FTP. So, tough workout. Long workout, did a 20-minute warm-up, so that put me 2 hours and 20 minutes on the bike. So that's my week, guys. I've had better weeks, but, all in all, it was a good week. And my totals for the week, let's see here. I went roughly 241 miles, give or take. 12 hours, 35 minutes on the bike. So, I think this may be my most time in the saddle for the week, and that's counting even having to take pretty much an extra rest day due to pretty much failing a workout about 15 minutes in. So that's my week, guys. Now I know last week I told you guys I was going to be camping out at 291 for my FTP. During the course of this past week, I have moved up to 293, and I finished the last 2 or 3 workouts here at 293. So I know I've been giving you guys kind of that mathematical equation there to kind of let you know where I'm at watts per kilo wise. If I take 293, divide that by my weight, which I'm still weighing in at 125, actually just finishing up my ride here this afternoon. was down to about 122 and change after today's ride. But I'm still consistently weighing in. In fact, I weighed in this morning at 125, so I still pretty much always weigh in at 125 in the morning. So my weight's still on point, and at 293, it puts me somewhere around, 5.16 watts per kilo, give or take. So that's my week, guys. Again, I'm doing trainer roads, traditional base, high volume, and I'm gonna, once a week, I do want to swap out a ride for something a little bit more higher intensity. But I'm gonna be doing that now. I learned my lesson last week. I'm gonna be doing that now when I come off a day where I've been able to sleep properly, been able to eat properly, and feel like I'm 100% ready for the workout. Last week, that one ride was a total failure, and I wanted to be honest with you guys and let you know exactly what happened there. If you don't sleep well and you don't eat well, it might not be the best day to get out there and do a high intensity effort. Because when you're doing a workout on trainer road and you've got your trainer on erg mode, like I run my kicker on erg mode, there's no hiding from the intervals. You either get through, you either meet power objectives, or you're done. I mean, there's no backing it down 10% and getting through. You have to meet the power or you're done. And on that ride, I was done. So anyways, guys, that was an update here. That's the update for this past week. I look forward to seeing you guys in next week's update video. Until then, spend a lot of time out there on the bike, ride safe, and I'll see you guys in next week's update video.